Lesbian Detectives. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, Lesbian Detective, Lesbian Detective. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the Lesbian Detectives.
This is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are here talking about missing and unsolved murders.
We are discussing cases that you have forgotten about or never even heard of.
So sit back, relax, and let's start this podcast. Welcome back, everybody. This is a new episode on a new week. And I wonder if you've seen us on YouTube, like, Sierra, why are you wearing this jersey? Because my wife surprised me with my favorite player jersey. And the next day she got traded.
Diana Carrington, Dallas Wings to Minnesota Lynx.
Yeah, so now I got to retire this jersey and get her new jersey, which we do not know her new number yet. I hope she gets like number 5 or number 11 or 10 or 12. Like, I have a lot of numbers I hope she gets. So we will see what her number is. And I am so excited.
Nonetheless, we're going to follow Nay Carrington wherever she goes. We love her. We also are a big fan, or at least I am, of Paige Buckers.
And Gabby
Williams, Angel Reese. Let me know if y'all can find a pattern.
Oh, the Stud Bros too.
Well, they're under some heat, so...
Yeah, but I still love them. So they're DJ and they best friends, so we can't... sometimes your best friends do dumb stuff, so it's okay.
Yep.
This case right here was actually a case suggestion. This guy, he found us on one of our earlier episodes, and he came to me personally like, hey, I actually looked into this case that you guys did. I have so much information. If you ever want to redo it, or like, because he believed the case will be solved soon. So shout out Jason. He's the one who sent me this case. He's the type of person that he likes to look into old cold cases and do the research and try to put them out there. So thank you, Jason, for bringing us this case, and also for the job that you are doing out there. He also is on Reddit, so I'll put his Reddit down below so you guys can see. He actually kind of really helped me write this case. He gave me so much information. So thanks again.
Thank you, Jason.
Shout out, Jason. The desert keeps its secrets. Not buried deep, not locked in vault or dark forest, but in plain sight, in alleys littered with dust and beer cans, in dumpsters behind script malls, in cars that sit too long on a quiet street. The kind of secrets that aren't supposed to be found. It happened on an October night when the air still carried heat from the long Arizona summer and the city hadn't yet cooled until fall. A young woman vanished, not into a storm of panic, not with sirens and screaming, but quietly, softly, as if she had simply slipped through a crack in the world. One day she was seen laughing in a bar. Hours later, gone. No trace, no witnesses, no goodbye. Until something appeared. 2 arms wrapped in plastic, discarded like trash. No face, no torso, no name attached. Not yet. Only silence, the kind that stays. Years would pass before someone was held responsible, but even then, the truth never felt whole. The body was never found. The story was never clear, and the question still lingers like heat on pavement. Did they catch the killer? Or just someone who fit the story? This is the case of Diana Vicari. Tucson, Arizona, October 1992. The heat hadn't quite let go of the desert city. It lingered into the fall like a ghost refusing to move on. The nights were still warm, and the wind carried the smell of dry earth, exhausted and old cigarettes. It was the kind of place where secrets could disappear into the sand, and sometimes people did too. 19-year-old Diana Vicari was the kind of girl who didn't disappear easily. She was beautiful, bright, and deeply impressive. The kind of person who seems destined for the stage. A drama student at Pima Community College, Diana had a personality too large for a quiet life. She had dreams that stretched far beyond Tucson. But in the final days of her life, those dreams would be reduced to a whisper. Then rumors, then the unspeakable. Diana was last seen on the night of October the 22nd, 1992. She had gone to her drama class that evening. Ordinary routine, but what happened after has remained a mystery for more than 3 decades. That night, witnesses said she ended up at a local bar, a rough around the edge place called the New Orleans Lounge. It wasn't the kind of bar you went to for cheap beer and pool. It was the kind you stumbled into when you didn't want to be found. A flickering neon sign out front, worn vinyl stools inside, and the kind of darkness that makes strangers feel safe with secrets. At some point near midnight, Diana was seen again, this time alone, near the Tucson Convention Center. No one knows who she was meeting, if anyone. No one knows what she was thinking as she moved through the downtown shadows, alone, in a city that would soon swallow her. By the next morning, she was gone, and by the following evening, her body began to surface piece by piece. A woman digging through a dumpster behind a downtown building came across something she would never forget. Inside a trash bag, she found 2 severed arms, pale, stiff, and meticulously wrapped in plastic. Whoever had done this wasn't impulsive. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was methodical, cold, intentional. It didn't take long for investigators to confirm what Diana's family already feared. The arms belonged to her, and that's all her family ever got back. No torso, no leg, no head. Nothing that could be placed in a casket and buried. Just arms and a grief too vast to carry. Diana's disappearance rattled her family, but it didn't shake Tucson the way it should have. The media paid attention briefly, but her case faded quickly, buried under the weight of headlines that lack of a full body. In 1992, unless there was a face on the news, there was no story, and Diana had no face left to show. Her car was found later, parked on a quiet neighborhood street. The door was locked. The alarm was still armed. Her purse and keys were inside. What made that detail even stranger was the car was parked on the same street where the mother of Diana's drama teacher fiance lived. A coincidence or something more? Her family had questioned, but they didn't have the time to get answers. In the years that followed, Diana's family would slowly disappear too. Her parents, her brother, eventually her sister Debbie, the last one, still trying to speak for Diana. All passed away without knowing the truth.
5 years later, after Diana's remains were discovered, the Tucson Police Department made an arrest. His name was Lemuel Pryon, a transient man with a violent history, a loose grip on reality, and a face that gave people pause. At the time of the murder, Pryon had been living and working in Tucson, employed briefly at a nursing home. He had prior charges for assaulting his own father in Utah and was known to associate with sex workers and drug users. There were disturbing stories, half whispers, secondhand accounts about things he'd said and done, but no hard evidence ever linked him to Diana Vicari. Until a name from the past came forward, Troy Olson, a local DJ who had worked at the New Orleans lounge the night Diana vanished. He claimed to recognize Pryon's face from that night, but only after seeing it in the newspaper years later. His recollection changed over time. Initially, he said Pryon looked familiar. Later, at trial, he testified that Pryon was smaller than the man he remembered. His co-workers contradicted his version of events. But in the end, the prosecution didn't need certainty. They needed a narrative. And Lemuel Pryon, with his violent past and strange demeanor, made a perfect villain. In 1999, Pryon was convicted of Diana's murder and sentenced to death. There was no murder weapon, no full body, no DNA, just a truck that resembled his, a DJ's shaky memory, and the testimony of a prison snitch named Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown, who claimed Pryon confessed while they were incarcerated together. Brown alleged that Pryon spoke about dismembering Diana and disposing of her in parts. He claimed Pryon made grotesque, misogynistic comments, but Brown was serving time himself. He had motive to lie, and no one could corroborate his story. Still, it was enough. Debbie Vacari, Diana's older sister, never believed the case was solid. She said as much during the trial. In a quiet, weary voice, she once told reporters, "I hope the prosecution knows what it's doing. They didn't tell us a whole lot." Years later, Debbie posted videos to a small YouTube channel where she spoke about her sister's case. They weren't polished, they weren't professional, but they were raw, real, and filled with heartbreak of a sibling who couldn't forget. She spoke of how her mother had gone searching for Diana in the days after she vanished, knocking on the doors of the drama teacher's family. Debbie believed Diana had been involved with the teacher, a man over a decade older than her. When Debbie later ran into the same teacher at a karaoke event, he allegedly told her he'd passed a polygraph and had nothing to hide. But the doubts lingered. Then there was another man, a co-worker of Diana's named John Mazur. According to the defense, Diana had been looking for him the night she disappeared. He had a story of violence. In one incident, he bit a female co-worker on the nose. In another, he allegedly attempted to rape a woman. Police searched his car for blood, but no charges were filed. And then, perhaps most chilling of all, there was Gregory Scott Hatton. Hatton was a convicted child molester who had brutally assaulted his girlfriend's infant son in 1993. The baby was found with multiple broken limbs, sign of sodomy, and a herpes infection. Hatton was sentenced to life in prison along with the child's mother. But before that, he had worked at a gas station across the street from Iggy's, where both Diana and John were employed. He knew the Vicari family. Some claim he was friendly with Diana herself. No charges were ever filed against Hatton in Connecticut with Diana's case. In 2003, Lemuel Pryon's conviction was overturned. His DNA did not match what little evidence existed at the crime scene. The testimony that once held the case together was exposed for what it was: shaky, biased, and insufficient. He was released, exonerated by the courts, but the cloud of suspicion never truly left. In August 2023, Lemuel Pryon died in Utah. Diana's case? Cold. Her family? All gone. There's no open Crime Stoppers reward. No publicized TPD investigation. No detective assigned to chase what's left of the truth. The last known media coverage came in 2014 when Diana's last living sister gave a quiet, emotional interview to a local outlet. Since then, nothing. Just the sound of time moving forward. Just silence. Diana Vicari was 19 when someone took her life apart. Literally. She wasn't a runaway. She wasn't a criminal. She was a college student with talent, flaws, and a life ahead of her. And yet, the system failed to find the truth. It found a man who made sense, a man who scared people. And for a while, that was enough. But the real question still haunts the desert. Who killed Diana Vicari? And why was only part of her ever found? Before we end this case, let's sit back and remember the young woman that was murdered. Diana Vicari was only 19 years old when her life was cut into pieces, both literally and metaphorically. She was not just a victim. She was not just a case number. She was a young woman with dreams, with a voice that wanted to be heard on stage, with a light in her eyes that hadn't yet been dimmed by life. She was funny, vibrant, complicated. She laughed loudly and loved deeply. She was someone's daughter, someone's sister, someone's friend. And she deserved so much more than what the world gave her. All that was returned to her family were her arms, a cruel, horrifying fragment of the girl they loved. No mother should have to bury their child in pieces. No sister should have to spend the rest of her life wondering what happened in those missing hours between the last goodbye and the first headline. Diana never got the justice she deserved. The man who was convicted of her murder was later exonerated, and the truth, if it was ever known at all, died with the people who carried it. She never got a grave with her full name, never got to finish school, never got to fall in love, grow older, or see where her passion for the arts could take her. And now, decades later, there is no active investigation, no detectives combing through boxes of evidence, no fresh leads, just silence. A silence that's almost worse than violence, because it means the world moved on. But Diana shouldn't be forgotten. She was a girl with her whole life ahead of her, a life that was stolen, and a story that was never told completely. And maybe that's what she needs most now, to be remembered. Not for the way she died, but for who she was before the darkness came. Diana Vicari mattered. And until the full truth is known, until every question is answered, her story isn't over. Not yet. This is the case of Diana Vicari. Now let's get into some theories.
Theories.
Let's get into some theories. Let's get into some theories. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories. Lesbian detectives. What type of thoughts you thinking? What theories running through your mind? I'm thinking all types of suspicion. Uncover the truth, what we can find. Witness say they saw somebody creeping out the back door. What you think they did it for? That's so crazy, I'm not sure. They found a car, where could she be? Here go another puzzle piece. Researching through your history. It's plenty unsolved mysteries. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories, yeah. Let's get into some theories. Let's get into some theories. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories. Lesbian detectives.
You or me?
Good.
First of all, it was a lot of people I feel like the police didn't actually just looked into, you know? And
I just want to know, why was she hanging out with all of these types of people?
well, I don't believe like all these people was really like around her, because you got the one who was convicted and let go. He was just like going through town to town. Brian, he really didn't know her. He was just like, say a traveler. He was just like going town to town. But then you have her coworker, John, that she really did know
Brian was the one that got convicted
and then let go.
and then exonerated.
And then John was a coworker. So that means like they knew each other. She was actually looking for him. So that's a big theory. Like, okay, why was she looking for him? Well, like, Did they have a situationship? You know, what was it? And then you have the drama teacher. That's the one, guys, I'm going to get into in a minute. I'm just going to head past him for a second. And then the last man, the child molester one.
Hatton.
I don't even believe that he was involved. I don't see nothing with him. Like, I don't know. I don't see it with him. So I'm just going to excuse him. But the person I think that the police didn't look into, I feel like the police had a mindset like this was the guy. We're going to go with him. They didn't care. They had no evidence. They had nothing. But they still went for him. I mean, you had no DNA. You had him not be in the crime scene. The DJ, I said DJ. The DJ said, "Oh yeah, I saw him, but oh, it wasn't him. Oh, I don't think it was him. Y'all should let him go." And then the guy that was in jail, he was like, "Oh yeah, he said all these things." He was lying. Like everybody was like, "This man wasn't a good man. You know, he did do some dangerous and things to other people, but he wasn't a person for this crime." The drama teacher, that's the one I feel like the police didn't look into the most. Because her mom, I feel like moms have intuition. Her mom, when her daughter went missing, she went to that man's house, knocked on the door and said, "Where my daughter at?" She knew her mom had a feeling like this is a man that hurt my daughter. She went to him. And then her car was found on his fiance mother's street. Like, come on. So it's like, it was so much going for him. And I feel like how her body was like cut in half, that is somebody that did it for a reason, that because they want no DNA, nothing come back towards them for some reason. I feel like that's a person that really wanted the police not to find her body. The other two guys, I feel like they didn't have the knowledge to do that type of crime. They were like spur of the moment people. Like, oh, I see this girl, I'm gonna unalive her or try to SA her, and that's it, they gone. The person who unalive her, they thought this too. They're like, okay, I'm gonna get her. Because I feel like the coworker, she probably was looking for him, but she never got in contact with him. But when she went and she was standing in downtown waiting on somebody, I feel like she probably was trying to talk to the drama teacher. Like she was trying to wait for like somebody to come meet her I don't know, it's just how she was waiting. I feel like the drama teacher is the best one. Because if they was having an affair, of course they're going to meet up at night. Of course they're going to have their relationship. But I don't know, it's the mother for me. Her mother went and looked for him. It's so many pieces. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just have a feeling that it was a drama teacher and the police, I don't know if he had power back then or he knew police officer, for them not to look into this man and then go charge another man with no evidence, with nothing to, I mean, they had nothing. Not even a fingerprint. Come on. It just frustrating. It's frustrating that they went for him and they lost so much time because they was going for him.
Right. So I'm not going to put anything past anyone. It seems like she was surrounded by a whole bunch of bad people. And I don't know if she just didn't know about it or she didn't really care. Like she didn't get scared off easily or if it was intriguing. I believe if it was the drama teacher, it's probably due to jealousy or maybe something happened, like she got pregnant or something and he didn't want that. The drama teacher, there is no history of that person being violent, so I can't really go off of that. But it is a possibility because that's the one that she was the closest to, and that's the one that I feel like has the most to lose. The coworker bit somebody on the nose. They had a history of being violent, and that night she was supposed to meet up with him. I don't know if they did. So that's part of what the police is not saying. Like if they did meet up or if they didn't meet up, I don't know. And then Hatton, I mean, he was a creep. He was a child molester. He did the unspeakable to a baby. So he doesn't even need to know her. He's so like deranged that I feel like if he saw her, he's like, okay, yeah, like this is what I want. This is what I'm going to take. And even though she didn't really have a relationship with him, the type of person that he is, he's just going to take his opportunity and run with it. So I don't have enough information to like just point one out. I'm just kind of thinking of how each one could have been a part of her murder. But it sounds like Hatton, because he sodomized somebody, to me, he would be the closest one to do the dismembering, which that's what happened to her. So, I don't know.
I'm still a drama teacher. And then you were like, he doesn't have any history of violence. But it was a Netflix show you was watching yesterday. And you remember one guy said, everybody's a murderer?
Until you
Like,
meet the right person.
yeah, so like I don't know, that stayed in my head because if he has a fiance and he's cheating on her, what if she was pregnant? He got to get this baby. You know, he had to solve the situation, but then he got to cut her body parts off because if they found a baby, they could connect him to her. You know, like that's a big thing because I don't know how, if she believed in abortion or stuff like that. We don't know if she was like in love with him, want to be with. We don't know all that. But for some reason, her whole family is going for this one man. That doesn't mean like, oh, yes, they're right. But for her mom to say like, I don't know if they was having an affair, but her mom had a feeling like he is the one, you know?
Yeah.
Because I wish the police look into him a little bit more. Like, he even told her this was like, oh, they gave me a polygraph test. That was it. But I feel like if he really unalived her and cut her open, the blood will be everywhere. You know, everywhere. There's no hiding it. Even years later, the police can go to his home because you can clean blood, but it's like one little trace everywhere. I've been washing bones, y'all, so don't judge me. But the blood will be there. Because the other two guys, I feel like they don't have like, what is it? Motive, but also the space. Like the one who was charged with her murder, he was going town to town. Like he can go to a hotel and trap somebody up. You know, he don't.
You can.
I mean, you can, but I don't know. Just the space to me.
The space at the
Like you have to have like if he unalive her in a hotel or a motel, there's so much stuff will be left behind that it's hard to even think about.
But say you do it in a motel, like how are they gonna link that to you? There's so many people that check in, like you can't really put a definite timestamp on when it happened.
You check in the hotel, they have your information.
Right, but how many other people have checked in before you or after you? You get what I'm saying? Like you won't know.
I get what you're saying, but I can break that down though.
But you can't prove it in a courtroom.
If he checked in from this day to this day and she went missing on this date and he was in that hotel room in the blood, the police that, first of all, the guy that convicted, they have nothing. They had nothing. He was still sentenced to death. Okay? Let's think about that. This case is just, I just feel like the case went downhill too fast to me.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like it's a cover up. I don't know. I just get that feeling a little bit of a cover up. That I feel like the police knew who did it or somebody in power did it and they told the police like, oh, and they found the arms, like, oh shoot, let me like, you know, tell my friend to have my back. Because the other guy who the other guy who was charged with the unaliving, they had it's like nothing lined up for him to even go to jail or go to trial. I don't even know how he was convicted. Probably because of his past. That's why he was convicted. But I just don't understand.
I don't think it's a cover up. I think it's just a lot of hearsay. So maybe, like you said, they found her car at the drama teacher's fiance's mother's house.
Mm-hmm. Not house Creek.
Maybe she was really trying to maybe she was truly trying to link up with the drama teacher, but maybe she lied to her mom saying that she was going to meet her coworker, John.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a lot of hearsay, you know? So I don't think it's a cover up. It's just people are trying to get their story straight, but they also don't want to say too much to where, you know, they can be linked or found guilty. So honestly, I think that's what it is. And maybe the police just didn't put enough pressure or enough time or enough personnel to get this case moving. And it seems like everybody else just kind of forgot about it. It wasn't even really like news or in the headlines because nobody really took the initiative to care. So it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is sad that like her whole family is just gone. Her sister YouTube, guys, I will put in the link. Her sister sung a beautiful song about her sister. We will try. If we can't, I will add it to the link because we don't want to be violated for copyright, all that. But it is a beautiful song. I listened to it and I did tear up because you could just hear the pain and the raw of this lady singing for her sister. It's just the raw feelings. It's just sad, guys. It's just sad. And hopefully this case will get out there to the right people to get her case solved. Because as I say, every case is solvable. It just takes the right detective to solve it.
Yep.
Well, this is our case. Please send in your case suggestions in. And also give us a 5-star rating on all podcast platform. Go check us out on YouTube so you can see my jersey because it's like the last time you'll see it because I got to retire it. And just follow us on all our social media so you can stay in touch with us. If you want a case on this podcast, please inbox us, write it in the comments below, get it to us, and I will do it because this one was actually a case suggestion. So please let me know your case that you would love to hear our theories about. It's one that's coming up soon. My theories gonna be wild. So this is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
Don't forget, everybody's a suspect
Till proven innocent.
Bye.
Lesbian Detectives. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break? Or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now. Lesbian Detective. Lesbian Detective. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready, let's go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the Lesbian Detectives.